Okay, sorry for this double video day, I guess, but I have something to say. You'd really like to know, huh? Okay, so today, had my work cut out for me, but I did just fine, and I was like, ooh, ah! Okay. But when I was doing collections, there was a guy. No, it wasn't like that. Okay. If I was on these really steep hills, not during collections, but during 2 hours on a different route, and I noticed that my brakes were slipping, and I was like, crap, I don't really know what to do. But I just went with it, right? Because that's just what you do when you work for the post office. So then on collections, I was heading to the UPS store because we pick mail up there, and the Walmart light turned yellow, and I just decided to go because I was nervous that my brakes wouldn't work properly, especially because it was humid and kind of slick. And so anyways, what happened was, on the yellow I was going through turned red. The person in the turning lane was a Mercedes-Benz, and they were turning too quickly, or the lights, I don't know, because usually there's a pause. But anyway, so they turned, slammed on their brakes. I slammed on my brakes, and it goes duh. And so I feel like I made the right decision to go, because we avoided that collision. Had I braked like before, we would have actually hit each other. So anyways, I drive through and I go to the UPS store, and I am telling the manager of the UPS store, I think she's a manager anyway, about this almost collision. And I noticed that one of my favorite customers on a route is there, and I kind of was like joking with him, and I was like, we don't serve your canned here, buster. And he was like, hey girl, give me a hug. And then all of a sudden, this man comes in and starts yelling at me. And he was like, you're ignorant, you can't drive, who do I call to report you're driving? And I was just like this. And he just kept calling me ignorant, and he wanted to know who to call. And I did manage to say the post office, but then also what I wanted to say, I think I'm gonna say for you guys, because I think it'll make me feel better. So when he was calling me ignorant, I wanted to be like, sir, if you would just calm down. I wanted to let you know that there is actually 3 different definitions for ignorance, and one is lack of relative information. And if you would have known the relative information about the vehicle that I was driving, you maybe wouldn't be yelling at me right now. So in fact, you're being ignorant. I, on the other hand, may have been ignorant being in a vehicle and maybe not knowing what to do, even though I grew up in the north and I know a lot about ice and snow and how to drive on it. So I'm a pretty good defensive driver. However, I will accept your comment about me being ignorant, but I also want you to accept the fact that you're yelling and scaring a lot of people, and also call yourself ignorant. Okay? Okay. Anyway, so my buddy Ken was like, ooh. He was like, don't let that man talk to you. He said, don't let that cuss talk to you like that. Those trucks are older than you are, which is true. I asked, and the oldest truck that we have is 35 years old, and I found out that they just changed the speedometers. So mine, which has 115,780 miles on it, that indeed is the 3rd speedometer, which is crazy. So, and they're just aluminum foil trucks. I mean, and what's crazier is the guy was not even in the Mercedes. It was a random guy who saw the situation, decided that I was the worst person ever, and decided to chew me out. And I know that he drove a white truck with dually tires. Is that what you say? Dually tires. And I think dualies are stupid anyway. I mean, they're rough and tough and rumbly. But, you know, I just like, why do you need 6 wheels? Drive a semi. Oh my, okay. All right, I'm not sure what we're doing here. But I'm a defensive driver, so I do know what I'm doing. Anyway, so basically I just had to get that out because it was kind of a freak situation. And I really hope that I see that guy and I recognize him. And we just have a nice chat. And if I happen to give him some sort of crass remark, please forgive me, Jesus.